The woman, smelling the smell, said that it smells very delicious. This smell is similar to the body of an immortal. She rushed to the temple where the smell came from. For her, this is a 1 in a million chance. She must find this immortal body and eat it, and become immortal. Those times in the temple, Chen Chhanan, a loser from another world, lies in the temple at the sanctuary all battered, tired, and hungry. He said that now he would eat a dried lamb, or a bear's paw for a couple, or maybe a deer's tail. Although even a roast duck or chicken is the best. Other Papadans sing about how invincible they are, and Chen Chhanan that the guy moved to the world of immortals, but unfortunately all his meridians are blocked, and Chen Chhanan couldn't cultivate. Grandfather, who met little Chen Chhanan, said that he was not useless since he had an immortal body, and if he eats what his grandfather offers him, then he will be able to rise. Isn't that nice? It's funny that Chen Chhanan can't cultivate, and in addition, God put the attributes of Thanseng in him. Thanseng is something that helps monsters and demons become stronger or immortal. The guy was subjected to brutal attacks from demons and monsters. The sect, like his mind and body, had suffered countless times. The elders had no choice but to leave the old place and hide Chen Chhanan here. Enraged, Chen Chhanan jumped to his feet and shouted that he had had enough. Why are other Papadans enjoying their lives, and he has to be a lamb hiding here because of his helplessness? After leaving the temple, Chen Chhanan began furiously shouting to God in the sky that he couldn't just hit the guy with lightning. At this moment, a lightning strike is heard next to him. Greatly frightened, the hero bowed and said that it was a joke, just a joke. When he returned to the temple again, Chen Chhanan said that he had completely forgotten. He should have gone to bed already because it's not worth wasting calories. Lying down on the floor, the hero continued to say that maybe an old man would come to him tomorrow and bring chickens. It would be awesome. Then a woman appeared behind Chen Chhanan, who told him, addressing him as a master, that he did not want to check out that beautiful spring night with his servant. Noticeably frightened, the hero jumped up and turned around, asking who she was. And I wanted to ask when she came in, but he couldn't. The woman kissed him. It flashed through Chen Chhanan's mind that he, a 7-foot man, was knocked down by a woman because he was hungry. What a shame, because every man should be able to stand up for himself. Chen Chhanan pushed the woman away, telling her to go to hell. At this, flushed, the woman called him a naughty boy and began to molest him. The hero asked her to stop, saying that not so fast, offering to talk first. To which the woman replied that why wait, because his servant can no longer tolerate. Chen Chhanan, who continued to kick, told her to give him something to eat first and asked her a question, asking if she was a monster or a person. Changing her face, the woman said that of course she was a monster. Frightened, Chen Chhanan remembered that the old man had put a seal, and monsters and demons would not pass. The guy asked if he should be the second version of Ning Ti Shechen, and the woman, taking him by the chin, told him to grant her his immortal body, and she bit into his shoulder with her teeth so that blood splattered. Is Chen Chhanan going to die again? He ran away, hid, and saved his skin for about 3 years. And at the end, then an alert came, which said that the owner had encountered a monster, and the use of the invulnerability system's capabilities began, setting an invincible area within a radius of 2 meters. In other words, within a radius of 2 meters, Chen Chhanan is invincible. He became a master in this field. The Chen Chhanan system level was 1.0. There are no realms and special features, and the area level is 0. Chen Chhanan knew that the Papadans couldn't help but have an ace up their sleeve. The hero pushed the woman away. She, surprised, asked how he did it, to which Chen Chhanan replied that it was now her turn to receive. The woman said that she should get from him. Did the boy think he could beat her? All of Chen Chhanan's past attacks had only tickled her. It's better for the guy to pretend to be dead, but let her eat him, and maybe it won't even hurt. The young man responded calmly to the attacks, telling the woman that come on, now let's see who will take it. And he punched the monster woman in the face with his fist so that she flew far, far into the sky. And this is not a dream. Chen Chhanan really defeated the monster. Finally, he will stop running away. Then someone's voice announced that the host had killed a triple sky level monster and was getting 10 area points. Chen Chhanan did not understand what kind of glasses they were, and the announcement continued. Then they said that every 100 points of the area increased the invulnerable area by 1 meter. Now this area has a radius of 2 meters. Overjoyed, Chen Chhanan asked if it could really increase. If the area covers the entire continent, wouldn't that mean that the hero would rule it? To which the voice said that the owner would have to independently study the methods of raising the level of the system. Chen Chhanan didn't like it. He said that he really had to do everything without prompting. That's a careless system. She's no good. The hero always has to do everything himself. Well, alright, he will study the whole system, but it seems that the first thing he needs is to eat. Chen Chhanan collapsed and fell asleep. Meanwhile, confusion began in the lower kingdom. All the monsters were alarmed. Someone was shouting what the hell was going on in the sky. Another, smelling the energy, asked what kind of terrifying energy it was. Did the legendary artifact end up in the lower world? Heaven and earth will see the indulgence of the legendary artifact. Is the world going to plunge into chaos again? In the heavenly kingdom of the divine city of Xuanwu, something that invaded the heavenly kingdom flew with great force and broke the temples. The sacred sword of the main deity has disappeared. The man loudly announced that it was time for the 12 immortals. The immortals immediately rushed from all corners and greeted each other. The man said that the eternal sacred vessel, sacrificed in the Tower of Precious Swords, was attacked by an unknown person and is now lost in the earthly world. The main deity orders them to return the artifact back at any cost. Everyone who longs for his triumph must obey the order. Meanwhile, Chen Chhanan woke up and said that he was very ashamed, because he had collapsed from hunger. An overturned pot of earth lay nearby. The hero thought that he could eat some earth to fill his stomach. From these thoughts, he got angry and, taking the pot in his hands, threw it away from him. In the 21st century, it came to eating the earth. It's really better to die. But, to be honest, the old man erected a structure in this temple, through which no evil spirits are able to pass. But tonight, a ghost of a woman appeared in the breathing training hall. What's the point here? After thinking about it, Chen Chhanan said that now is not the time to think about it. After all, he doesn't have any of the necessary skills. The old man is about to get into trouble, and the hero is not able to help him. If only the unshakable sphere that surrounded him could follow his master. Well, we'll see. If the sphere can follow the master, then Chen Chhanan will be invincible. Chen Chhanan put his hand through the sphere. But outside the sphere, it was cold and scary to step out of the sphere and directly touch the outside. It turns out that the protective sphere does not follow the host. Just think, how could such a bug have arisen in the system? Now, in addition to the task of filling the stomach, the most important thing now for Chen Chhanan is to find more ways to expand the sphere. If the hero recklessly leaves the protective sphere, not to mention the destruction of demons, he will immediately be torn to shreds by 100 ghosts. Then suddenly someone shouted, saying that he knew where he was running. A girl fell on the hero, who was thrown by Lai Xiao, the great elder of the evil dragon cave. The monster told Lin Bauer, that's the name of that girl, so that she would be honest with him and not run away from him. Otherwise, the man will spank the girl to death. To which Lin Bauer replied that since he was so clever, then let him try to kill her. And let's see how her daddy deals with this monster. Seeing the whole picture, Chen Chhanan thought that monks were fighting, mortals were suffering. Thanks to his kindness, the hero will leave them. But Chen Chhanan remembered something, because people should have food. But that's right, now the guy will finally satisfy his hunger. Chen Chhanan called out to them. Lin Bauer, surprised, asked what a mortal was doing here. Ignoring the girl, Chen Chhanan said that this temple belongs to his uncle, and the uncle will not be happy about their visit. They showed up here, started their hubbub, and he and his uncle are just feeding on the Holy Spirit. Therefore, she ordered them to quickly give food to compensate uncle, otherwise. Lin Bauer, who did not expect this, thought that he really wanted to die. He dares to provoke Lai Xiao, that's a madman. Lai Xiao, meanwhile, approached the girl and, grabbing her painfully by the neck, said that this poor man was not really looking for death. In the next life, let him be reborn as an animal and hold your filthy tongue. And the man attacked him with his strength. But his attack did not reach Chen Chhanan, thanks to the protective sphere. The hero, cursing, said that he hadn't even decided yet that he wanted to kill Lai Xiao, and he already really wanted to kill him. Is a man so sure that Chen Chhanan is a squishy who is not able to fight back? Lin Bauer was very surprised and, not realizing what had just happened, thought that the attack was stopped instantly. How did he manage to do it? Isn't he immortal? Enraged, Lai Xiao thought that Chen Chhanan is definitely immortal, because he has no reason to block his attack. A man can understand this even when he dodges. No, you can't hide from Lai Xiao. The only possible result is only death. A man has been fighting for several decades, killing a lot of people. Except for a situation of severe exhaustion, there is no other possibility. Chen Chhanan, giving Lai Xiao the middle finger, told him to just rely on himself. If he wants to beat the guy, then now he is standing in front of him. But if a man can kill Chen Chhanan, then he will kneel down and obey. Simultaneously elated and angry, Lai Xiao said he didn't care who this guy was. The man is going to kill him and teach him a lesson. Lai Xiao ran away and jumped straight into the protective sphere. Now his life and death completely depend on Chen Chhanan. The hero prepared to take a blow with Lai Xiao's sword. Lin Bao, looking at all this, does not understand what he wants. Is he really thinking of going on the attack without a weapon? Lai Xiao laughed and said that the Scarlet Scimitar is a magic weapon of the 3rd rank, incredibly sharp. The most ordinary mortal, also a beggar, who dares to use his bodily shell, simply found his own death. Chen Chhanan stopped the magic weapon with 2 fingers. Still laughing, Lai Xiao said that this hero would not shake his strength. And Lin Bao was very surprised, because Chen Chhanan stopped the Scarlet Scimitar with just 2 fingers. Chen Chhanan broke the scimitar with 2 fingers and threw a piece of the sword directly at Lai Xiao's head, thereby killing him. The announcement sounded again. It said that the host destroyed the triple sky with a golden core and gets 500 points of the sphere's value. It seems that besides killing ghosts, killing monks also earns sphere points. You can earn 500 points for killing a monk in the golden core realm. But what about the realm of the reborn soul, the realm of the transcendent god, or the immortal earth? The higher the rank of the beheaded monk, the more sphere points can be obtained. The voice said that it is possible to exchange the current 510 points of the city's value for 500 points to expand the protective sphere. Chen Chhanan agreed to this. The voice said that the protective zone has been expanded by 5 meters and hopes that the host will continue to work hard to get more sphere points. Chen Chhanan even burst into tears with happiness. Lin Bao, who was watching this, thought that the great elder of the evil dragon cave, the terrifying realm of the golden core, had just been killed by an ordinary mortal. Or is this mortal actually a talented master who is hiding in Mount Shivan Dashan? And Chen Chhanan himself began to sort out the riches that Lai Xiao had. The hero found a storage ring in his possession, but the guy didn't have the necessary skill to open this ring. Chen Chhanan turned around and called out to the girl. Lin Bao, greatly frightened, began to report what had happened. The girl said that tonight on Mount Shivan Dashan, heaven and earth shuddered. The sect suspects that a sacred treasure has descended to earth, so the disciples of the 9 Swords sect were sent to search for it. Lin Bao didn't expect Lai Xiao to ambush her. Embarrassed, Chen Chhanan thought that he hadn't even asked anything yet. And the girl continued to report that the rest of the disciples of the 9 Swords sect died at the hands of that man. She thanked Chen Chhanan for the noble rescue. After all, if it wasn't for him, the man would definitely have caught her in the cave of the evil dragon. The girl herself said in her head that Lai Xiao, who has the power of the golden core, was killed by the elder. Wouldn't the elder become a legendary master of the realm of the reborn soul? But there hasn't been a strong master of the rebirth soul realm in Yuzhu for hundreds of years. Will Chen Chhanan become him? After hearing the girl, Chen Chhanan said that fine, she is not the accomplice of that man. The scarred man is dead. Will it be possible to open the storage ring? The hero threw the ring to Lin Bao. The girl caught the ring and said that after Lai Xiao died, the mark disappeared, and this storage ring no longer belongs to him. Now the ring can be opened. Chen Chhanan asked if there was anything edible in it. The girl nodded positively. Later, Chen Chhanan received a huge portion of chicken. The protective sphere is about to cover the sacred temple completely, in which case we will have to think about ways to expand the protective sphere to the entire immortal world. Unite the whole world of immortals. Then the hero will be able to protect the old man. And maybe she will find 8 or 10 concubines for him. Lin Bao, falling to her knees, turned to Chen Chhanan. Chewing his chicken, the hero asked her what the hell. The girl said that the elder saved her. It means that they are destined for each other by fate. Is that right? Will he accept her as his student? The girl assured him that she was very capable. Lin Bao, clinging to Chen Chhanan and asking to take her as a student, shouts that she will try very hard. The girl is grateful to him for saving her. He asks to be allowed to stay with him. Lin Bao will try to fulfill all his requests, and she thinks that she needs to take care of her elders. You definitely need to take care of them. Chen Chhanan, cursing, pushed the girl away and told her to get off him. The hero was just lucky to stumble upon her, nothing more. But if you think about it, Chen Chhanan is 0 in everything. What, then, will he teach Lin Bao at all? Play mahjong or cards. Don't let her misunderstand him. However, the problem now is that there is no food or water in the temple. And in order to get all this, Chen Chhanan needs to go outside the temple. And outside the temple, he is powerless and can die. Well, maybe having a servant who will constantly bring him food and water is not such a bad idea. Well, in principle, the hero lives in a temple. No one can harm a little girl. After thinking it over, Chen Chhanan said that the senior master, that is, he himself, has been living in the magic kingdom for more than 1,000 years. If a girl wants to learn from such a master who has passed through fire and water in their world, Then what qualities does she have to honor herself as his disciple? The girl was surprised, but Chen Chhanan continued that, however, he was bound to her by fate. The elder would give her a chance. Chen Chhanan will have a hard time accepting a new student. After passing the exam, the senior will give the girl the opportunity to train here. Lin Bauer was very happy and thanked the elder for such a chance. Excellent. Now the girl has a mentor. Her skills will definitely get better. Meanwhile, another notification came, in which it was reported that a new connection between the master and the student, and awarded, giving 100 points of the value of the sphere. Chen Chhanan was delighted. After all, they also give points for accepting a student. That's just fine. He found a way to earn sphere value points. The girl asked if everything was all right with him, and, smelling a strange smell, she asked how long he had been taking a bath. Embarrassed, Chen Chhanan ordered his student to take a bucket and take it outside. Put it in the rain and wait until it is fully typed. The girl accepted the order, and the hero decided to smell himself and realized that he really stinks. Lin Bauer pulled the bucket out into the rain, and I noticed someone in the bushes on the street. Terrified, she ran to Chen Chhanan and said that things were bad. There is a golden tiger hiding outside, and the hero was happy about it, and he said it was time to hunt. Meanwhile, the tiger, he was attracted here by a very fragrant smell. But when the tiger came here, he saw how the hero killed a ghost with a fist the size of a saucepan, and killed another person. How scared he is now. The tiger really wants to get out of here, but this smell attracts him too much. There is no way back. And Chen Chhanan and Lin Bauer have already come to the edge of the sphere. The hero thought that how did the tiger come without bait? Or he wants to confuse a wise man like Chen Chhanan. Terrified, the girl hid behind the elder and whispers, asking what the master is doing. The hero pulled his hand out of the sphere and thought that the shield imposed by the old man would soon disappear. Will the temple be able to protect him this time? Smelling the increasing aroma, the tiger realized that he could no longer resist and jumped right at them. Although the protection imposed by the old man periodically fails, but the temple is sometimes able to maintain isolation from hostile creatures. But even the protection will not be able to contain the smell. This time they will check it. In the end, whatever the reaction to the smell of Chen Chhanan, it is quite possible that the reason for this is that the hero has not taken a bath for a long time, and the smell was noticed by a tiger who has a special sense of smell. And the girl, who was very worried, kept telling Chen Chhanan that the tiger was coming. Tiger said that today Chen Chhanan will be caught by him. He needs to eat. The tiger wanted to pounce on the hero, but the sphere did not miss him, and he got stuck in zero gravity. Chen Chhanan told the tiger that why there was so much hostility in him. Was it really only because he was hungry? What a pity, but he won't eat the hero. Well, now he will sacrifice himself. Lin Bauer, surprised, asked the master how he did it without making a single movement, to which Chen Chhanan asked to deal with him. The girl understood him and said that was for sure. She took out her sword and thought it was the right choice to become an apprentice. She must definitely keep the masters. She tried to attack, but the sphere didn't miss her strike. Then Chen Chhanan asked to give the sword to him and watch carefully. He killed a tiger with one movement of his hand. The announcement was made again that the Lord had killed the golden tiger and received 800 points of the sphere's value. And at the moment there are enough points of the sphere's value to improve the temple. The girl said that Chen Chhanan is cool. Killed a tiger with one punch. Chen Chhanan told Lin Bauer, calling her sister, that she should deal with the body of a dead tiger and remember, if she wants to learn how to kill, first she must learn how to cut meat. Leaving the girl alone, Chen Chhanan plunged into his thoughts. He asked the system if it was really possible to make an improvement. What are his improvements now? The system said that at the moment he has a Temple 1.0 version. Features of the temple, an invincible force. At the moment, there are enough points of the sphere's value to improve the temple. It takes 800 points to upgrade the temple version to 2.0. Launch new features, all living creatures. Chen Chhanan called out to the girl and said that the tiger's genitals are a very valuable thing. She must definitely save it for the hero, and not lose it. And he asked the system what all living beings mean. The system said that Chen Chhanan would find out after he improved the temple to version 2.0. The hero agreed to improve the temple. The system started preparing for the update and asked to wait. After some time, an alert came that the system was successfully updated. At the moment, the temple is version 2.0. Features, all living beings. After seeing the update, Chen Chhanan exclaimed that this feature is very cool. Chen Chhanan asked the student to bring some grass. He wants to see how strong the creature created with the ability of the new temple will be. The girl brought the grass. Chen Chhanan began to transform it. But seeing that she was watching, the hero asked what she was doing. Ling Bao clung to the master and said that how did it happen that a completely ordinary grass acquired a blue aura and changed color. Chen Chhanan pushed her away and asked her not to climb. Chen Chhanan did everything right and a little fairy came out of the grass. Ling Bao, surprised, screamed that my god. Turn out, they did it. Hearing the girl's screams, the fairy was frightened. Chen Chhanan told the girl that she was screaming, always scaring him. And then Chen Chhanan began the initiation ceremony as a disciple. He created a pill that contains the essence of life. The hero gave the pill to the girl and asked her to keep it. Ling Bao thanked the teacher and said she would not disappoint him. Chen Chhanan, addressing the fairy, said that he would call her Little Firefly. The girl was very happy and thought that her master was very cool. He just made a little fairy out of some grass. She swallowed both the pill and began to rise. The system said that Ling Bao had risen from the 6th level of the laid foundations to the 7th level of the laid foundations. For this, the owner of the temple receives 50 points of the value of the sphere. And since Ling Bao and the master are connected by a disciple-master relationship, Ling Bao is able to get prize points of the value of the sphere, or rewards for the master. The more connected students with the master, the more rewards he will receive in the future. Chen Chhanan thought that in this case, in the future he would be able to accept more students to earn unlimited points. Just, isn't it his responsibility to get points for the temple? What useful feature will he have only after upgrading to level 1? I wonder what ability he will be given if he upgrades the temple to another level. Then something flew past Chen Chhanan. Ling Bao asked him if it wasn't a divine treasure that had fallen from heaven. The hero asked her what kind of treasure and what she meant. The girl said that a huge black hole formed in the sky last night, and no one knows where it came from. Her father told her that a divine sword fell out of there, and everyone in the area is now searching for this sword. To which Chen Chhanan replied that this is how it means. It's a pity he didn't realize it right away. What a shame. He took the sword and thought that this sword seemed very weak. Maybe try to clean it with the power of all creatures. Chen Chhanan cleaned the sword. Ling Bao was surprised, because the sword was very beautiful. After using the power of all creatures, he really became more powerful. However, in his hands he will break unless Chen Chhanan uses less power, so he is completely useless to him. And he gave the sword to his student. The girl thanked him. Taking the sword in her hands, Ling Bao felt all its power and thought that it was amazing. And even such a terrifying power does not impress her master. After all, how strong is her master? The girl was very emotional and said that the master treats her so well. She needs to become stronger as soon as possible. It is necessary to listen and fulfill all the instructions of the master. Chen Chhanan decided to show what he is capable of. The hero repaired and cleaned the whole temple. Ling Bao was delighted. Chen Chhanan said that this is better. It's more suitable for high society guests. And turning to the girl, he told her not to be dumbfounded. She had better rest for the night. And the fairy who was on the hero's shoulder has already fallen asleep. Apparently she is still very weak, having just been born. Here, breaking the roof, Lai Beisheng, the lord of the dragon's lair of the imperial period, Ding Dan, rushed into them. He called out to the girl and said that the members of the Nine Swords group were still alive. Everyone else followed him down. Lai Beisheng asked if Lai Xiao was here and told him to call him to meet him. After all, he must have taken the divine treasure. Seeing the man, Ling Bao hid behind Chen Chhanan and said with horror that it was Lai Beisheng. They're finished. The lord of the dragon's lair has come for them. The man thought that he could not see Lai Xiao. There were only these two here. Did they take away the divine treasure? Qiu Chang too, the master of the ghost sect, appeared and said that the spiritual aura in this place is very strong. No wonder the divine treasure chose this particular area. He had never imagined that such a thick smell of spiritual power would form in the mountains. Is this the place where the divine treasure fell? Surprised by the arrival of Qiu Chang too, Lai Beisheng thought that these two were not a problem. But who would have thought that these abnormal ones would also appear? Qiu Chang too, seeing the fairy, said that it was really a creature made of ghost grass. Not that there is still such a creature here. Heaven has blessed the ghost sect. Today he will also be lucky to get a creature created from ghost grass. Unable to stand it, Lai Beisheng rushed to attack Qiu Chang too, saying that heaven does not bless people like him. Badian came here first, and all the loot belongs to him, and ordered the man to get out of here. To which Qiu Chang too said that it was really a man from the Dragon's Den clan who was telling him this. Is he sure of his words? And decided to start the battle. Lai Beisheng said that the battle is so a battle. And he asked Qiu Chang too if he was not afraid that he would not be able to defeat Beisheng. But they were interrupted by Chen Chhanan, saying that if they want to take everything from here, then why don't they talk to the owner of this place first? And how dare they destroy the new look of his temple? Now the elder is very angry. Lai Beisheng asked Chen Chhanan if he was the owner of the temple. and continuing to destroy everything. He said that this temple would belong to him, and as he wants, so it will be. Would Chen Chhanan be able to stop him? Qiu Chang too, addressing Libation, said that a jerk like him could not be the owner of such a place. This temple should belong to the Ghostbone sect. Looking at the men, Chen Chhanan was very angry. No respect. It seems he got the hint, they just came to give him glasses. That's just they are not yet within the temple. Unable to stand it, Ling Bao stood up for her master, saying what kind of attitude they have. Her master is one of the scariest creatures on earth, and Lai Xiao died in his hands. Chen Chhanan nodded in agreement. Hearing this, Lai Beisheng asked again that he had killed Lai Xiao of Jindan, to which the hero replied that Lai Xiao was slightly surprised at the sight of him, and he asked the man if he really wanted to repeat his fate. Lai Beisheng thought that he had seen so much in his entire life. Why did they think that he would not be able to figure out the usual tricks of mortal people? And, heading towards Chen Chhanan, he said that a completely inconspicuous mortal is a hero. He is Lai Beisheng, killed a huge number of people like Chen Chhanan, which is even scary to say. The number of mortals killed by him can reach thousands, and Chen Chhanan just said, "Did he kill Lai Xiao?" Qiu Chang too then intervened, saying that what difference does it make whether he killed him or not? After all, there are only two of them guarding the whole temple. And turning to Badian, he said that he should first stand aside. If Chen Chhanan and his disciple give up the temple themselves, then Qiu Chang too will leave them alive. Chen Chhanan, calling Qiu Chang too uncle, asked what to give the temple to him, and the hero himself noticed that the men went beyond the area. Then Ling Bao intervened, interrupting the hero, saying that how dare they talk to her master like that, and she told them to shut their mouths. Hearing this, Lai Beisheng, calling the girl a baby, said that let Ling Bao not think if she is a pretty girl, then he won't touch her. Alarmed, Chen Chhanan called out to the student. The girl told him that Lai Beisheng is a very bad person, she knows that. Last night, she and the people from the group were looking for a divine weapon, but then he suddenly appeared and killed all her group members. It's all his doing. He's a ruthless bastard. If only the girl had the courage and strength to defeat him herself, then she would have unscrewed his head and presented it to the master so that he would make a urinal out of it. Grinning, Lai Beisheng called the girl a scoundrel and attacked her. At that moment, Chen Chhanan ordered his temple to be controlled, and as soon as the seal that directed Beisheng at Ling Bao crossed the sphere, the man was shackled by the power of the hero. Lai Beisheng shouted that how is this possible? His ability has lost its power. The system announced that the cultivation of the 3 intruders from the evil dragon's lair had decreased to the Kai purification realm. Chen Chhanan remembers this. The Kai purification sphere is the lowest level of cultivation, after which the foundation is created, the golden core, the sphere of the nascent soul, and after becoming a Mahayana or an earthly immortal. The hero, addressing Ling Bao, said that she would not be able to defeat the Golden Core Realm practitioner, so Chen Chhanan suppressed his cultivation until Kai purification. Now she has to cope. Qiu Chang too, who was watching everything, was shocked and thought that this guy was unremarkable. There was no trace of Kai in him. At first glance, he is an ordinary mortal, but he was able to suppress Lai Beisheng's cultivation. Could it be that he is the realm of the nascent soul? Meanwhile, Chen Chhanan said that it was very nice to take revenge for such behavior. Lai Beisheng called him names and said he pretended to be a pig to eat a tiger. After all, the hero is a practitioner of the nascent soul. Chen Chhanan called him a dumbass and told him to see how things turned out. What will Beisheng say now? The hero ordered the student to attack the man. Ling Bao accepted the order and said that she would cut Beisheng into pieces. She will do everything in the best possible way. The hero tried to stop her, but the girl didn't hear anything anymore. Ling Bao said to Lai Beisheng that she would avenge the brother and sister of the 9 Sword sect, and she aimed the divine sword straight at the man. Lai Beisheng told her that even the girl's father couldn't kill him. Does she really think she can do it? After all, he is the lord of the evil dragon's lair. Even if his cultivation is suppressed, so what? Lai Beisheng can still beat her to death, even with his spatial rings. Ling Bao said it was nonsense and let the man prepare for death. The man activated the treasure of the 4th stage of the golden rank. They rushed at each other, and then Lai Beisheng realized that the girl had a divine treasure in her hands, but it was too late. The girl killed him, leaving only his shoes on him, and she realized that this divine sword is just something very scary. Qiu Chang too, who was watching everything, was also horrified. He thought that this sword had terrifying power. It must be a divine treasure, and it is in the hands of Chen Chhanan. At this distance, a man can easily kill Ling Bao and take the divine sword. She won't even have time to notice. If everything works out, then his ghost sect, the But then something happened. After dealing with libation, Chen Chhanan almost forgot about Qiu Chang too. Seeing the gaze of the main character, the man froze in fear. If he moved even a millimeter now, he would already be dead. Today he decided to retreat. In any case, he does not know where the divine treasure is. But it wasn't there. They were spotted by Ling Bao and said that they all showed disrespect to her master. The girl ran after them. The Ghost Bone sect rushed to the leak, but they didn't have time. They were all defeated by Ling Bao. Later, after the showdown, the system notified Chen Chhanan that his disciple, Ling Bao, had killed 3 golden core cultivators and received 1,500 sphere points. Chen Chhanan really gets sphere points for the murders that Ling Bao commits. This is excellent. And used sphere glasses. The system said that at the moment the invincibility sphere is 22 meters. The system hopes that the owner will continue to work hard. Ling Bao ran up to Chen Chhanan and asked what about the people from the ghost sect. They got into the invincibility sphere of the hero and can't get out of it. The girl offered to chop them all into pieces. After all, their sect turns people into ghostly slaves. They are evil. Qiu Chang too asked Ling Bao to stop. And addressing Chen Chhanan, he said that his sect has existed for many decades. They are decent people. What an evil sect. It seems there was a misunderstanding between their sects. He sincerely apologizes. The younger generation disturbed Chen Chhanan's meditation. Already addressing his subordinates, Qiu Chang too, barking at them, said that why were they just standing there? Let them come quickly and bow to the hero. And again turning to Chen Chhanan, he said that he hoped the elder would forget what had happened and save their lives. And all in chorus, bowing, began to say that they were mistaken and asked the elder to show generosity to leave them their miserable lives. Listening to them, Chen Chhanan thought that these were the ones who had attacked him so mercilessly. The hero even felt guilty. Did the elder tell them that they are a decent sect? Did they think that Chen Chhanan had forgotten what they had just done? No conscience, or they think he's blind. The hero saw through them. After his words, Qiu Chang too attacked Chen Chhanan. But the hero demolished them all with one blow. And the system started sending messages about getting sphere points. The hero received 450 points, but Qiu Chang too still managed to escape. Noticing this, Ling Bao said that if Chang too managed to escape, then they would definitely tell about the divine treasure, and they would not have time to blink an eye, as the treasure hunters would be here. What should they do? The master drawled that yes, what should they do if there were not enough of them? A sect of ghosts. Qiu Chang too asks that they should let the Supreme Elder kill that kid personally and get the divine treasure. Then a small man called out to him, calling him the Patriarch, and said that it was bad. The Patriarch angrily asked why he was shouting. And the man went on to say that the ancestor who had achieved immortality 5 years ago had reappeared. Everyone meets the Supreme Elder, only Qiu Chang too remains. Hearing this, the Patriarch was surprised at first, and then rejoiced. The temple of the sect of ghosts. Qiu Chang too, bowing, asked the ancestor for forgiveness for being late. And I felt terrible pressure. The ancestor said that he descended to the lower world on the orders of the Lord. Everyone was surprised, asking what is an immortal in the lower world. The strongest man in the ghost sect. The ancestor has long surpassed the sphere of the nascent soul, and since he is in the lower world, then conquering the whole world is no longer a dream for the Patriarch. The ancestor told them to leave their stupid thoughts. It's better to focus on his words. Otherwise, he will wipe them all to powder. Everyone obeyed the will of the ancestor, and he went on to say that before he returns to the Kyushu continent, their task will be to find the sacred sword that came from the upper world the day before. To which Qiu Chang too said that he knew where the sacred sword was. Upon hearing this, the ancestor shouted, asking where he was. The Patriarch said that in the Temple of the Immortals. The Temple of the Immortals. Chen Chhanan and Ling Bao decided to have a snack. The girl is interested in the master, asking if it is delicious to him. The master replied that it was not bad, but asked him to add more salt next time. And he started into his own thoughts. The sphere of invulnerability is already 22 meters. Although the range has become longer, food is limited here. So I'll have to ask Lin Bao to go get her. When Chen Chhanan first received the sphere, he was only invulnerable inside and could not control it. It can be said that he was an ordinary person. After one improvement of the sphere, he gained the ability to control all living things inside, and his perception became sharper. Even if the hero is invulnerable, it is only inside the sphere. From the outside, Chen Chhanan is just an ordinary person who can't protect Bao in any way. She still has a very low cultivation level. Is there any way to improve it? Exactly. Once this ability can transform the life energy of everything, transform ordinary grass into spiritual, and even create a spirit, then why wouldn't Chen Chhanan use this to improve Ling Bao's cultivation? The hero grabbed the girl by the hand and dragged her along, telling her to follow him. He wants to test one technique on her. When he arrived at the place, Chen Chhanan told the girl that he knew a way to improve her cultivation. But first it would hurt a little. But as long as she endures it, she will feel so good, as if she is ascending to heaven. And I asked her if she wanted to try. But the girl did not think about that. And she said that the master was in too much of a hurry. It's her first time. That's not good, is it? She wants her first time to be. But too embarrassed, she couldn't finish and, pushing Chen Chhanan away, accidentally hit him. Chen Chhanan told her not to be afraid. After all, this should be the first time. Gathering her strength, Ling Bao said she was ready and asked the master to do it. Chen Chhanan said it was great. She deserves to be his student. The girl must stop thinking, otherwise she may lose her life, and asked her to remember that. Ling Bao told the master to start. But realizing his words, she asked that pair cultivation could lead to death, and asked the master to stop. But it was too late. Chen Chhanan, grabbing the girl's head, began to concentrate. Chen Chhanan asked Lin Bao how she was feeling. The girl said she was tingling and asked that the master just wanted to help her improve. To which Chen Chhanan replies that yes, I am, what else? The hero concentrates again. He should put in more effort. The master asks Lin Bao to carefully feel the energy that he has directed into her body. The girl feels that the flow of her master is so big. He completely fills it, it's so nice. The system said that the girl's sphere is the 6th stage of foundation creation. Chen Chhanan does not notice any signs of development, and decides that you need to try harder. He directs even more energy into Lin Bao's body. The girl says she can't take it anymore, and Chen Chhanan asks her to hold on. Lin Bao tells his master that it hurts so much, she can't do it anymore. Chen Chhanan notices that she is about to explode from an overabundance of energy. Chen Chhanan asks Ling Bao to hold on. The arrow cannot return to the bow. The girl must endure, soon she will be reborn. To which Bao replies that he can no longer. She's going to die like that. The girl remembered the words of her father, who said that didn't her daughter want to become stronger and possess indomitable strength? Can't she overcome herself? If Ling Bao wants to become strong, she should train more. Her father promised her that in the future she would become the head of the 9 Swords sect. Though Ling Bao can't die. She hasn't become strong yet and hasn't inherited the sect. She just can't die here. She must live. The girl wants to cultivate with her master until the end of time. How can she die here? Lightning struck and the girl was reborn. Chen Chhanan caught her and asked how she was. Ling Bao replied that she had managed. The master said it was great. There are 9 levels on this continent. They say there are 10 more above them. I wonder how strong Bao can become with the help of Chen Chhanan's ability. Meanwhile, somewhere in the forest, still kissing and hugging, 2 birds with 1 stone. A terrible lightning flashed and all the animals fled. Hongyi, the demon king, the nascent soul, said that a thunderstorm was hanging over this mountain. Could it be because of a divine treasure? Kaba Yu, also a demonic king, a nascent soul, said that this is a very frightening phenomenon. Such if it hits, they will die there immediately. The third demon king, the nascent soul, the reverse serpent, said that even this Phaxian mountain would turn into ashes. What can we say about them? And offered to check first. Meanwhile, Ling Bao continues to improve. Chen Chhanan told her that he had isolated the power of thunder tribulation and put a girl into it, so she should try to assimilate it as much as possible. The girl heard him and said that it was good. 3 demon kings came here. Seeing this, Hongyi said that the storm had really subsided. A thunderstorm tribulation of this magnitude can really just evaporate like that. It's just unbelievable. Then she noticed that there was someone in the center of the storm tribulation. Tabayu said it was a young maiden. It's just not possible. Can a medium really be a treasure? Damn it, they cheated. Shame. Remember their words. Next time he will finish them off. The storm was over, and the demon kings decided to go see what was going on there. Seeing Ling Bao meditating, Reverse Snake said that the girl is not a spirit. Snake thinks she is only 18 years old. How she managed to achieve. But Hongyi interrupted him, saying that Ling Bao has outstanding abilities. She is a treasure of the human race. In the future, she will become incredibly powerful. Hongyi decided that she would not fight for the divine treasure, she only needed Ling Bao. The system notified Chen Chhanan that Ling Bao broke through from the 6th foundation stage to the 7th. For this, the owner receives 50 sphere points, then another 50 and then another 100 sphere points. One of the demon kings said that the spiritual breath of that girl is incomparable. The body is refined and flawless. Yes, and she was able to survive this storm. The girl has an unsurpassed talent. If it is nurtured, it will become even more valuable than a divine treasure. Barking, Hongyi said that this girl was her future student. Let her partners get out of the way. Grabbing Hongyi by the tail, Tabayu said that did she really think he would let her take the girl? He needs her, not a divine treasure. Getting angry, Hongyi said that what a stupid bull like him could teach a girl. After all, her fox clan's cultivation method would be perfect for Ling Bao. Meanwhile, while the bull and the fox were sorting themselves out, the reverse snake rushed after the girl, saying that her master was already coming. A skirmish began between them. One of them said that did they really think he was scared? The winner takes everything, and the loser eats shit. The bull interrupted them, saying that let's just ask the girl, because she can decide with whom to go. Meanwhile, Ling Bao woke up. Chen Chhanan, chewing a chicken, asked her how she was feeling. The girl said that she had already advanced 3 steps of the golden core. The master, stroking her on the head, said that it was a great job. The girl definitely deserves to be his student, whose talent he elevates with his own hands. Now the breakthrough into the sphere of the nascent soul is just around the corner. Ling Bao was very happy, thinking that the golden core sphere was the level of the elders of the Nine Swords sect, and she easily broke through. Realizing this, the girl turned to the master and said that the master had just told her a nascent soul. After all, she had just broken into the golden core realm. In response, Chen Chhanan threw her rings, saying that this was her reward for her efforts. Let him use it wisely. After catching the rings, the girl said that they were Lai Zio's rings. Yes, they contain almost half of the resources of the Nine Swords sect. And is the master giving them to Ling Bao? To which the master replied that of course, he doesn't like this thing. Who made it so that Chen Chhanan can't cultivate? But as long as he remains in the realm of invulnerability, he can be compared to God. In addition, he cannot use the resources that he gave to his student. At the moment, his goal is to expand the sphere to the entire mountain, and these 800 sphere points will not be enough. Then the girl was called. When Ling Bao saw them, she asked them that they were demons, to which Tabayu replied that she was very perceptive, as expected from his future student. He introduced himself and added that he was the firstborn demon king. Taking out the golden pills, he said that they were created from the essence of the great demon's body. If the girl recognizes Tabayu as her master, then these golden pills will become hers. With the help of golden pills, one can break into the sphere of the nascent soul. No one will refuse such a temptation. Here the serpent intervened, saying that he was a reverse serpent, located in the sphere of the nascent soul. How could these golden pills compare to his divine fruit? The divine fruit of youth. It will take 10,000 years to grow one. If a girl eats it, she will live forever. There is only one such in the lower world. Moreover, if Ling Bao becomes the serpent's disciple, he will give her many divine treasures. Chen Chhanan and Ling Bao were shocked. The hero thought that this is the same divine fruit that can change the body. Did the old man tell him about him? Chen Chhanan even felt a little offended. Ling Bao even started drooling as soon as she saw this thing. Ling Bao herself also began to speculate, thinking that, having become immortal, how difficult it is for her. What to do? The snake wanted to give this fruit to Hongyi, but if he gets such a student thanks to him, then it's definitely worth it. Then Hongyi herself intervened, saying that she was also in the sphere of the nascent soul. She doesn't have anything worthwhile with her right now, but if Ling Bao becomes her disciple, then she will accept her as her own daughter, and then the girl will become the young mistress of the Fox sect. With such support, she will gain immortality. The bull and the snake were shocked by this, thinking that their gift could not be compared to this. That's lying. Hongyi held out her hand and told Ling Bao to come with her. Ling Bao refused, saying that it was not necessary, because she already has a master. The girl will follow the master, not to mention even becoming immortal. Even becoming a god is easy for him. Her master is the best. Chen Chhanan even shed tears from such words. The fox asked her what and who was her master. Then Chen Chhanan came forward and said that he was her master. Getting angry, Hongyi said that he was a pathetic ant with no trace of Kai in him. How can he be her master? Does the hero consider the girl his student? How can an ordinary mortal have a disciple in the golden core realm? It seems that Chen Chhanan just deceived this naive girl. The reverse snake, calling the hero a non-entity, said that just kill him, then they will decide who will become the master of Ling Bao. Tabayu said that since he thinks he is worthy of being her master, then let him check him out. Ling Bao, standing up for her master, said that her master was not an ordinary person. Without him, the girl would not have become who she is now. And Chen Chhanan told him to attack. Let him show Mila the Demon King. The bull became enraged and said that one of his fingers would be enough to wipe the hero into powder. The revolving serpent sensed that Tabayu's demonic power had become stronger. Apparently, he was cultivating again in secret. Ah Hong thought that she had missed the opportunity to demonstrate her strength in front of a student. Tabayu hit Chen Chhanan with all his might, but he didn't succeed. The master asked that he didn't have enough strength. Apparently I didn't eat enough porridge. How weak, but Chen Chhanan didn't even move from his place. So no one will tip the bull. He'll have to suck his thumb at the end of the month. What about Chen Chhanan testing other demon kings as well? Chen Chhanan, holding out his middle finger, walked up to Tabayu and hit him with this finger so that blood gushed from the bull. The werewolf serpent thought that with just one finger, he had injured the most powerful demonic body so badly. Hongyi was also surprised, thinking that Chen Chhanan was much superior to herself. So that's how it turned out. Chen Chhanan said, addressing the remaining demon kings, that it seems the bull is no longer able to carry out the check. Would any of them like to try it? Is the hero qualified enough to be a Ling Bao master? The demon kings, frightened, bowed to him. The snake said that the elder must be joking. They are not worthy to teach a girl. The fox only agreed with his friend. The snake apologizes for disturbing the elder and offers Chen Chhanan his divine fruit as an apology. Chen Chhanan thought that this demon snake was pretty smart. Since there was no one at hand, why not take these three? And the snake thinks that the master is going to kill them. The hero accepted the fruit and asked the serpent where he got this divine fruit, to which the serpent replied that he had been captured by the ancestor of the Golden Python sect on an ancient bronze mountain in the forbidden territory of Shaanxi province 3,000 years ago. The immortal then descended only to take the divine tree itself when he discovered it. That is why there are no more divine fruits in the lower world besides this. The longevity sect is also located in this province, but the ancient bronze mountain and the forbidden territory. Chen Chhanan did not expect that there are still hidden things from the upper world. At this time, the snake thinks that the elder has accepted the fruit, and he must know that there are gods in his Golden Python sect. Even if he is God himself, he will spare the life of the serpent, won't he? Chen Chhanan turned to Ling Bao and gave her a fruit, telling her to eat it, but left the seed for him. The girl thanked the master and ate the fruit. There is more and more immortal energy in her body. Is she turning? It seems that what the old man said is true. This fruit can really transform an ordinary body into an immortal one. Ling Bao gave the master a seed. Well, that should be enough for improvement. Chen Chhanan planted a seed. Seeing this, the revolving serpent told the elder that this is a divine fruit that grows only on the divine tree in the upper world, so the environment is very important for its development. Even this treasure land is not suitable for cultivation. Hongyi thought it was a divine tree after all. How it can be planted by simply digging a hole. But there's something going on. The tree has really grown. Chen Chhanan said to get a melon, he plants a melon. To get peas, he plants peas. To get the divine fruit. Hongyi, after seeing all this, wondered what it was, that she was a fool here. But Chen Chhanan kept talking. He said that, however, one divine fruit would not be enough to compensate for the damage from their invasion. What should the hero do with them? All in unison began to belittle him, saying that it was entirely their fault. They humbly accept his punishment. They ask him to be merciful and give them another chance. After listening to the demonic kings, Chen Chhanan said that then he would do so. Let them obey him or die. They should think carefully. And the master himself thinks to himself that how good he is. Where is his Oscar? The bull answers him that he, Tabayu, recognizes the elder and is ready to serve. The two demon kings also recognize the elder and wish to serve. To which Chen Chhanan replies that since they are all so submissive, then from now on you need to call him master. And don't let them worry, he will treat them well and even give them a small gift. The three demon kings said that did their cultivation actually improve? It's already in perfect condition. Is it possible to do even better? Then Thunderstorm Sorrow, coming down, said that this is Chen Chhanan again. And after all, he recently changed the fate of one person. How dare he change three at once? He will kill the master. The demon kings were terrified, saying that how could a thunderstorm tribulation caused only by an improvement in cultivation be so powerful? It's over, they can't stop it. Then Chen Chhanan told them not to panic. He'll take care of her. And the power of the thunder tribulation began to harden the bodies of the demon kings, as well as heal their wounds. Thunderstorm tribulation sent Chen Chhanan and said she would definitely kill him next time. The three kings thanked the elder for such a gift, and Chen Chhanan asked them how much they had become stronger. The revolving serpent asked the master to wait and said there were too many changes. They need to use the talent stone to find out. Levels 1 to 9 differ in colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple, black, and gold. Red is the first, and gold is the 9th. In the past, they were on the 6th. After using the talent stone, they found out that they were now at the 8th level. The stone turned black. Looking at them, Ling Bao was shocked by their joy. After all, this was the firstborn demon king that she couldn't even look at. And Chen Chhanan, laughing, said that it was only the 8th level, but in the future he would be able to raise them to the 9th, and asked them to calm down. The 3 demon kings replied in unison that they would do their best for their master. Ling Bao, addressing Chen Chhanan, said that she had been at the 4th level before, and everyone had risen to the 8th. At that moment, Hong Yi handed her a talent stone to determine the girl's level. Ling Bao took the stone. Chen Chhanan used quite a bit of power to elevate the 3 demon kings to the 8th level. And when he helped Xiao Bao, he didn't limit the flow of energy at all. I wonder what level you will have now. Hong Yi said that given Xiao Bao's current level, she would definitely have a 9th. The stone first lit up red, then purple, and then gold. But then it immediately went out. Hong Yi was indignant, asking what happened. Why did the golden glow disappear just after it appeared? No, even if it was the 9th level, it couldn't become transparent again. Xiao Bao, bursting into tears, told the master that her level was gone. Chen Chhanan began to calm her down, saying that this was not the case at all. Then the revolving serpent suggested that it could be that Lady Xiao Bao is now immortal. Xiao Bao asked Chen Chhanan what it means that she is now at the level of an immortal, to which Chen Chhanan asked her to calm down and said that he was just some kind of immortal. What's the big deal? In the lower world, the highest level is the 9th, but this is not the limit. Now Xiao Bao's level is above the 9th, and the talent stone simply cannot determine it. As long as they follow the master, it's not like an immortal body. Even immortality is nothing to them. The demon kings were delighted with their master's words and thought that the understanding of the master's Tao came from the upper world. If they are close to him, they will be able to rise. This is their only chance, they can't miss it in any way. And they said that Chen Chhanan cannot worry. From now on, the demon kings belong entirely to him and will do whatever he wishes. It seems that Chen Chhanan is starting to do well. Can he now change the name of the god divine actor? The revolving serpent said that since Lady Bao had become immortal, then let him go to Mount Jaipa in order to catch a royal dragon turkey for his master. Chen Chhanan, surprised, asked him what kind of royal dragon turkey. Hong Yi explained to the master that this turkey has the bloodline of a divine being. Its meat is amazing. One can even say that it is not better to find. Master and Mrs. Bao are obliged to try it, and besides, it is good for the body. Xiao Bao was already drooling, and she asked the master to let her go too. She wants to try on BK. That is, she wants to check how much her strength has increased. Chen Chhanan released her. When the girl was already returning, Qiu Chang-tu and his men were watching her. Xiao Bao flew on the sword very happy, thinking that it would soon get dark, and the master was already hungry. She needed to return as soon as possible. But it wasn't there. Qiu Chang-tu did not fly, saying that he was always thinking how he could get the divine treasure, but now it would not be difficult. And, surrounding the girl, he ordered her to give up the divine sword, and then the patriarch would not touch her body. Xiao Bao was very scared and thought that they were all from the ghost sect. And those 3 are quite strong, unlike Qiu Chang-tu. The girl is afraid that they are all in the sphere of the nascent soul. 3 out of 4 are in the sphere of the nascent soul. She has no chance of winning. It remains only to try to escape. And she told the patriarch that how dare he come back. Had he already forgotten how he had begged her master to spare his life? Qiu Chang-tu, laughing, replied to the girl that after he killed the girl and took the divine sword, the patriarch would make Xiao Bao and her precious master his ghostly slaves. He attacked the girl, but the shield repelled the attack. Qiu Chang-tu, enraged, said that she was really in the realm of the nascent soul. The patriarch does not understand how this is possible. After all, just a few days ago, the girl was only at the level of creating a foundation. The patriarch's subordinates were also alarmed, saying that the girl was only 18 years old, and she has already advanced to the golden core. They are afraid of Xiao Bao's innate talent. Besides, she has a grudge against their sect. They just can't let her live. They asked Qiu Chang-tu to kill the girl and take the divine sword. The patriarch attacked the girl, but she repelled his attack with a precious sword. The girl was able to block his attack only with the ability of the sword, and she had almost no strength left. Xiao Bao needs to return as soon as possible. Distraught, Qiu Chang-tu asked the girl that how she was able to completely block his blow, but the girl was gone. Then the patriarch ordered to follow her. Meanwhile, in the temple, all 4 remaining are playing a board game. Hong Yi asks Taba Yu to be faster. The reverse snake supports the fox, saying that the bull should not slow down, because the snake is already tired of waiting for the flower to fall out. And Taba Yu asks them not to rush. The master threw out the chicken. Playing with them, Chen Chhanan understands that it's so nice to feel superior. Hong Yi tells the bull that the master won again because Taba Yu didn't lay out a single chicken, and he blames them for his stupidity. What a great guy he is. Chen Chhanan thinks it's bad that he doesn't know what's going on outside the sphere, and he says it's pretty late. Why hasn't Bao returned yet? Hongyi asks the master not to worry, because the girl will come soon. The royal dragon turkey is located on Mount Jaipur, and it will not be difficult for Mrs. Bao to catch one with her strength. But then the fox realizes that something has happened. Chen Chhanan says that really, what is he worried about? Xiao Bao is now in the golden core realm. As long as she doesn't encounter monsters or cultivators above the nascent soul, everything will be fine. But all the demon kings felt the wrong thing. They began to talk among themselves. Taba Yu asked what to do. Should he tell the master? The revolving serpent answers him that no, given the strength of the master, he should know about what is happening outside. The bull tells him that, judging by Mrs. Bao's breathing, it is obvious that she is seriously injured, but the master did not react to this in any way. Worried about the girl, Hongyi said that maybe the master was tempering her so it's better to wait. Xiao Bao rushes at full speed with a royal dragon turkey in his hands. She's almost there, but a big hand hits her. The woman who attacked Xiao Bao said it was time to end this cat and mouse game. Now the girl is in her power. Even if she does not die, she does not have long to live. The woman ordered to take the divine treasure and capture Xiao Bao's soul to make her a ghost slave. Qiu Chang too accepted the order. The girl can't even move from the pain, and horror is frozen in her eyes. But the sword does not want to fall into their hands, and tries to run away. But the woman tries to catch him, which the divine treasure does not like very much. The woman, grasping the sword, felt incredible strength. Now it's no wonder why this girl lasted so long. And Qiu Chang too approached Xiao Bao, intending to kill her. But the girl is saved by Hongyi. Very angry, she tells Qiu Chang too that yes, who gave him the right. The afterlife was waiting for him. Taba Yu said that he really dared to harm one of the master's disciples. He's just a daredevil. The revolving serpent asked the patriarch not to resist. Otherwise, his death will be much more painful. Hongyi then took Xiao Boa in her arms. The girl told Sister Hong that it was the master who asked them to come. The fox said that yes, in the temple of the immortals he. Unable to stand it, Hongyi told the master that Mrs. Bao's breathing was getting weaker and weaker. Even if it's a trial, there's no need to go that far. But Chen Chhanan does not understand what the test is. Did something really happen to Xiao Bao? And the worried Hongyi continues to say that although she does not know what the master's thoughts on this matter are, as long as Bao improves, she will definitely be one of the best in her generation. There's no need to rush. Taba Yu said that Lady Bao already has one foot in the afterlife. To this, Chen Chhanan replied that yes, he was impatient. But Bao is a person close to him, and he doesn't want anything to happen to her. Chen Chhanan ordered the demon kings to go and return Xiao Bao safely, and those who did this to her, kill without mercy. Hearing this, the injured Xiao Boa said that that's how it is, Sister Hong and these people from the ghost sect, among them 3 in the nascent soul realm. But Hongyi asked the girl not to say anything, because her wounds are too deep. The fox will support her heartbeat with demonic energy, she just needs to adjust her breathing. But it seems that the girl lost consciousness. Hongyi tried to reach her, and then the fox said that the girl's soul is unstable. You need to take her to the master as soon as possible. Then, laughing, Qiu Chang too interrupted the conversation, saying that it was useless because he had put a soul-devouring spell on her. Now, without him, she will definitely die. The revolving serpent said that the patriarch is not particularly smart. The snake knows about the spell of the Qiu Chang too sect. But the Demon King has heard that if you kill the one who cast it, it will destroy itself. Taba Yu, enraged, said to Qiu Chang too that how dare he use this on Mrs. Bao. Now the bull is going to grind him to powder. The patriarch replied to the attacks that 3 supreme elders of the ghost sect were with him. So now the Demon Kings are going to kill him. Now they definitely won't leave here. The woman in the skull mask said to the Demon Kings that she was the supreme elder of the ghost sect, and asked that they definitely want to go against them. Undeterred, the revolving serpent asked what and so what. Then Chen Chhanan's cry rang out. He shouted, "What kind of nonsense is this old man talking? Anyone who dared to touch his people deserves only death." And he ordered his disciples to kill him. Hearing the order of his master, Taba Yu, together with the revolving snake, immediately went on the attack. A masked woman tried to attack them, but was stopped by a bull. He just started pushing her with brute force. The woman tried to strengthen her attack. Meanwhile, the serpent attacked everyone with its tail, and he said that after Qiu Chang too dies, Mrs. Bao will be fine. The revolving serpent headed towards the monarch, but was stopped by a short-haired woman, saying that if the serpent wanted to kill their patriarch, then he would have to deal with this woman first. The battle continued. Watching all these, Chen Chhanan thought that he could sense any movement inside the invulnerability sphere. However, he knows nothing about the outside world. and this is a huge minus. The master began to reproach himself, thinking that if he had not allowed the girl to go hunting for the royal dragon turkey, then Xiao Bao would not have had to suffer so much. Chen Chhanan used to think that because of his eternity body, no one could be safe. And now he can't even protect Bao. If only the invulnerability sphere would work on him as well, he could cultivate. By becoming stronger, Chen Chhanan could rebuild his body and protect Bao and the old man. The old man is the one who recruited the hero into the sect and told him to hide in the temple of the immortals. Chen Chhanan should not hide in a shell like a turtle, like a loser unable to do anything. He slapped himself in the face and said that now was not the time to feel sorry for himself. He needs to expand the sphere of invulnerability to all 100,000 mountains, and then Chen Chhanan will be able to protect his loved ones. Meanwhile, the battle continues. Qiu Chang too thinks that the battle between nascent souls is simply terrifying. But, fortunately, there are 3 Supreme Elders on the Patriarch's side, otherwise he wouldn't have lasted a second with his golden core. The masked woman was attacked, and she dropped the divine sword, which fell next to Qiu Chang too. Seeing the sword, the Patriarch was delighted and remembered that the most important thing was to bring the divine sword to the sect of ghosts, and give it to the ancestor, if he takes it and quietly leaves. But he immediately stopped himself, because if he did that, the Supreme Elders would die, and then who will be the foundation of his sect? But will Qiu Chang too be able to rely on the ancestor? He is the patriarch of the ghost sect, and he must do everything possible for her. The honor of the sect is now in his hands, and Qiu Chang too will not allow her to be shamed. By all means, Chen Chhanan spotted the patriarch and wondered what he was going to do. Qiu Chang too, hiding behind a stone and with a divine sword in his hands, prepared to attack the defenseless Xiao Bao. Approaching him, the patriarch, having repented, thought that those demonic kings were trying to save this girl. But now Qiu Chang too will take full advantage of their inattention. A high level of cultivation, so what? Demonic kings are still beasts that don't even know how to use their brains properly. Seeing all this, Chen Chhanan couldn't stand it and took off to protect Xiao Bao.